The Calgary Police Service continues to investigate a homicide that occurred on the weekend. On Saturday, October 4th, 2014, at approximately 9:50 a.m., emergency personnel responded to reports of a man shot in the 300 block of Menorah Crescent Northeast. Upon arrival, first responders located the man and transported him to a local hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. It is believed the man had left his residence and was in the back alley when he was shot. While suspects have not been identified, it is believed that this was a targeted attack. The autopsy will not be completed until tomorrow, Tuesday, October 7th, 2014. However, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has identified the victim as Jason Quinn Antonio, 39, of Calgary. This is Calgary's 27th homicide of 2014. Several minutes after the homicide occurred, it was reported that shots were fired at nearby houses on Maidstone Crescent Northeast. While it was initially believed a bullet entered one home and another was lodged in a second residence, investigators have confirmed that only the first home was affected and the second home had a pre-existing hole not caused by a bullet. Investigators are working to determine whether the damage to the first home is related to the homicide. Further ballistic testing must be completed before this is confirmed. I'll now take your questions.
Can we discuss the victim's past history? Was he known to police with you guys? We understand there's some reports up there that have connected him to a large criminal past.
I can't comment on the victim's past, but what I can tell you is that I believe, or we believe, this is a targeted attack, and determining the motive will be part of our investigation. And as with all homicides, we'll be looking at the victim's background to assist us with determining motive.
Do you know, was there anything suspicious in the home at the time? Any sort of paraphernalia that you guys were looking at illegal? We understand there were surveillance cameras set up outside as well.
There were surveillance cameras set up, and we have seized surveillance CCTV video from the neighborhood. We've also spoke to a number of witnesses who were in the area at the time, and they are being cooperative. We are now in the process of reviewing the CCTV video and confirming that with investigative information we already have to determine the number of suspects, direction of travel, and exactly what happened at the time of the shooting.
Okay, and I understand too, some people were talking about suspicious vehicle in the area.
We have information that there was a silver SUV seen leaving the scene, and we're in the process of determining the relevance of that investigation or that information to our investigation.
Can you comment if the other members of the house are cooperating with police?
We have spoke to a number of witnesses that were in the area at the time of the shooting, and they are all being cooperative with the investigation.
The bullet that impacted the first of the two nearby houses, did it actually go into the house?
The information I have is that it went in through a front window and lodged in a wall in the living room.
Are any of the other shootings from this weekend connected to each other?
We are looking at the relevance of any incident to our investigation, especially if it involves a firearm.
Sorry, did you say how many shots were fired and how many gunshots the victim suffered?
To protect the integrity of the investigation, I can't provide the information at this time.
Can you say if you're looking for if it was one gun or how many guns?
To protect the integrity of the investigation, I can't provide that information.
Okay. Is there any indication that he was shot during or leading up to a drug deal?
To protect the integrity of the investigation, I can't comment on the details at this time.
Sergeant, can you talk a little bit about, because obviously it's also been well documented that there was a bullet nearly hitting a young child in the vicinity as well, and neighbors had said that this particular home had been occupied for about a month or so, and that it did seem suspicious to them in terms of the cameras mounted on the wall and things of that nature. Can you maybe just talk a little bit about a message to the public in terms of what they should do if they see some sort of suspicious.
I think in general terms, any time that members of the public or the community note anything suspicious, whether it's in relation to drug activity or any criminal activity, they should contact the Calgary Police Service. We'll respond with the appropriate response and conduct an investigation.
Although suspects haven't been identified, are there any potential leads on suspects?
We have a lot of investigation. We have a lot of investigative information at this point. We're in the process of confirming what we already know to the information that's being provided during our review of CCTV video footage and information supplied by witnesses who were in the area at that time.
Can we just talk about the shootings, if it was multiple, this weekend, we had this other one Sunday night. Worried about this gunplay in the streets?
What I can say is, just in reference to homicide investigations, we've had 4 investigations, in reference to homicide investigations, we've had 3 investigations related to firearms this year. Last year, we had 4 at this time. So we've seen a drop in at least 1 for this year. In general terms, again, all I can comment on is what we've seen is in relation to the homicide investigations.
Anything else? All right, thanks, everyone.
Okay, thank you.